Good afternoon and welcome here to Turner Stadium on the campus of Taylor University for today's season opening match for the Taylor women's soccer team as they take on the Eagles of Asbury here this afternoon. Our pregame weather report brought to you by Marion General Hospital. It is a crisp 91 degrees here in the metropolis of Upland, Indiana. Had some rain that came through last night with some storms that prevented the men's soccer game against Madonna from being completed. And we'll see if some pop-up storms can stay away here from Turner Stadium again on a Saturday afternoon. Taylor 7-5-1 a year ago, just 4-4 in the Crossroads League. They lost in the quarterfinals 2-1 of the tournament to Mount Vernon Nazarene. Asbury went 10-6-1 in the River States Conference, 6-2-1 in conference play. They lost in the River States Conference Tournament Championship game 3-0 to IU East. Asbury led by fourth-year head coach Elise Overton. Taylor led by 13th-year head coach Scott Stan. Tevens quickly in the box on the edge to our left, trying to save it before it goes across the end line. She could not. And it'll go back to Asbury. The Trojans returned two of their top three goal scorers from a year ago. Lindley, 2, tied for the team lead with 7, along with Morgan Orm on a way to 2's honorable mention All-American selection a year ago. Orm now an assistant coach for the Trojans. She was tied for the team lead in goals and the leader in assists. Had 22 points a year ago to pace the Trojans. Hannah Martinez, Victoria Hilsey, and Raina Williams graduated with Orm a year ago. Raina got married a day ago. Congratulations to Raina and her husband. Coach Stan, Morgan Orm, and some of her teammates there as well. As Kate Kortenhoven holds this one in. Left edge of the box. The keeper, Carly Alvis, came out trying to play it. This one sent in. It goes off of the Asbury defender, Iggy McIntosh. And Taylor will have the first corner here of the afternoon. It'll be taken by Kate Kortenhoven. Easy enough for me to say. Kortenhoven, the dominant right-footed player, takes this one from the near side corner. Out near the top, goes off the stomach of Delaney Long. And Taylor trying to hold it in as they shoot on the goal to our left. Freshman Rachel Landis gets the start in her first collegiate match today. Taylor with a heavy veteran group here this afternoon, paced by the All-American Lindley 2, Riley Massey back there on defense, and the sophomore Hannah Brackenbury, after playing in every game a year ago as a freshman, back here as a sophomore for year 2. Ali Vanderkolk, formerly Claudio, got married to Taylor men's soccer player Clay Vanderkolk over the summer. So same number, new last name. Hardy to Kortenhoven near side. Back to the middle, wants Tevens, extra step to greatness, tries to turn and shoot to the far side post. She'll hook it wide. And it sails out of play, and it's a goal kick upcoming for Asbury. Tevens had 6 goals, an honorable mention All Crossroads League selection a year ago. You hear the drums of the Taylor student section down below us. They made their debut last spring during the 2 Taylor home football games in the spring of 2021, and they've gotten active on social media, making their debut today here in the fall of 2021 with the Taylor women's soccer team. Move-in weekend here in Upland, Indiana. Freshmen moved in yesterday. All the upperclassmen started making their way back to campus today, tomorrow, with all the fun starting on Monday. Long ball played up the far side. Claire Massey pounces on it. She'll poke it in deep, keeps it away from Genevieve Hill. And Brackenbury quickly pushes it back out to C. Massey. Ball kicked out of play, and it stays here with the Eagles of Asbury. They're in their first of a 3-year transition from the NAIA to NCAA Division III. They'll be an active member of the Division III ranks in 2024. Not eligible for the postseason until then, but they can start playing a Division III schedule starting this year. Dempsey plays it back to Brackenbury, the Taylor keeper. Brackenbury rocks one forward to Claire Nishala. Couldn't get a good touch on it. It's held up by Nesselrode. To the middle. C. Massey finds it, heads it down to 2. Back at a holding mid position. We'll play some attacking mid, both in this contest and probably throughout the majority of the year. 2. A little too much for Rachel Landis, the only freshman starter today for the Trojans, but we should see a couple of newbies make their way onto the field before the day comes to a close. Dempsey out of Colorado hustles after this one. Able to box out the Asbury player, rolls across the end line, and it's a goal kick upcoming for the Taylor Trojans. We will have one water break in both halves today with the temperature starting in the low 90s. That's the air temperature. You add 10 degrees for just how hot it gets with the artificial turf baking throughout the day. And it's probably a little bit hotter when you take in the heat index as well. So we're looking at probably like 115-ish. It is a toasty one down there today, as we have got a last burst of summer heat here at the end of August. Vanderkolk legging it out far side now, tries to turn on the Jets as she snuck behind the Asbury D. Wants to cross, taken off of her toe, but kicked out of play by the Asbury defense. Here comes the second corner of the afternoon. This one will be from the far side to be taken by the Taylor Trojans and Claire Massey. We have a full drum line down below us. This is fantastic. And a little horn section as well. Massey to take this one with the right foot. An outswinger towards the top of the box, trying to find big sis Riley. Over her head, Tevens came in from behind and booted it wide from the near side post. 2 shots for Tevens. So we play just about 7 minutes here on this steamy Saturday afternoon. Next game after this one for Taylor will be on the road. They go to head coach Scott Stan's alma mater, Trinity Christian, to take on the Trolls. Before coming back here to take on St. Xavier, led by former Taylor assistant coach Alyssa Krause next Saturday. Vanderkolk to the middle. Nishala blocks it inside the box. Nishala shoots and scores as she's taken down inside the penalty area. And now she's mobbed by her teammates to our left. Nishala had 1 goal a year ago, and she gets Taylor on the board to start the 2021 season off in style.
First goal of the season for your Taylor Trojans, scored by number 11, Claire Nishala.
So Nishala, the former JV player, just had one of her former Zionsville Eagle teammates signed to play with Taylor a year ago. Had 2 signings for the women's soccer team today. As Nishala pushes that one in, she blocked it on the clearance try by Asbury and put her home. Throw into Asbury, goes right to Dempsey. Nishala to 2. Looking for space. She'll wrap a beautiful ball around to the near side and Landis. Nishala, quick little scoot to Tevens, into the middle of the field in the big center circle, and AC Hardy. Long ball in, and she lets Vanderkolk turn on the Jets. But coming off of her line is the keeper, Alvis. Nicely done by Asbury's keeper, as they try to replace the graduated Jamie Steele. Allowed 14 goals, had a goals against of just over 1.2 last year, had 6 shutouts, as she was one of the 4-member senior class that left a year ago from the Eagles of Asbury. Massey heads it towards the far side. That's Riley Massey. And it rolls calmly to the feet of Vanderkolk. The right outside forward for Taylor. But her pass intended for Tevens rolls out of play, and it'll be an Asbury throw-in from the far side. Almost 9 minutes into the opening half. The Trojans strike first in the 8th minute, scored on a goal by Claire Nishala. Had a goal in that 12-0 romp against Bethel last year. He gets the starting nod here today at one of the midfield spots. And Taylor retreats all the way back, and they will set things up with Brackenbury, the sophomore keeper out of Michigan. R. Massey to younger sister C. Massey. Claire going for a run. Want to slip it through to Tevens. Kicked away nicely by the defensive Ashley Miller. We have a packed house here at Turner Stadium today. This one rolls out of play. It's a goal kick upcoming for Asbury. You factor in the heat, but the folks here down below us are pretty much all in shade outside of the folks sitting in the very front row of the bleachers here today. Taylor advantage in shots, 3-0. Also the advantage 2 corners to none. No fouls have been called yet. Aggressive play, gets the ball back for Taylor. And then they boot it in, just cannot wrap it around Nessel Road. Kortenhoven was there, Nashala got her foot on it. But Asbury comes out of the scrum with them. They play it near side to Delaney Long. All the way back, Riley Massey, arms outstretched like a Disney princess in full song. This one will roll into the hands of Brackenbury. And the drop kick from Brack goes out far side to Vanderkolk. Too short for her to get to. And so Asbury sets up shop on the far side of the field, still in search of their first shot. The Eagles scored 43 goals a year ago. They lost just 4 to graduation. They bring back their top 2 goal scorers from a season ago, but it's Taylor that struck first. A little give and go. Hardy to Tevens. The 2 Wheaton Academy grads could not link up here down the field. And Asbury gets ready for the throw-in. Deep in their defensive half as they go from left to right in all purple. The Trojans in the home whites with purple numbers and purple letters. Long to the near side. Nashala marking her just outside midfield. And Long bashes it all the way to the other end, and the only one there is the Taylor keeper, Brackenbury. Brack up to the far side. Vanderkolk got her shoulder onto it, but that ball bounces out of play before she could turn and head up the far sideline. And the Eagles will throw it in. Vanderkolk locking horns. Hill with a little dump back. And then Hill gets it again far sideline. Up the field to Absher, trying to go back to Hill, couldn't connect with her. And Massey quickly there. Claire will throw it into A.C. Hardy. Open spaces, Nashala came back to get it. So rotate over that right shoulder and find Dempsey in the middle. Fakes the long pass and now gets a better angle and lays it up to Landis. She has 2 and Tevens in front, also has Kortenhoven all the way to her left. She goes to Kortenhoven, 14 in white. Thinks about crossing with a left foot, does. Nobody home for Taylor, and a late bounce by Alvis is easy work. Or to Alvis is easy work. Ball bounces free. Lindley 2 right on top, and the All-American back to Riley Massey. Nashala dumped down to Landis. 2 Asbury players in hot pursuit. Landis forward. Kortenhoven snuck behind the Asbury D. Trying to cross from the end line. Does at the last possible moment, but she couldn't get enough juice on it. As that ball picked up speed, she had to just get her foot on it so it didn't roll across the end line. And now Asbury struggles to get it across midfield thanks to Claire Massey. Back to R. Massey in the center circle. But her pass off target, and Asbury will throw it in. 31-30 and counting here in half number 1. Taylor on top, 1-0 after the goal by Claire Nashala in the 9th minute. 2 steps in front of the pass to Vanderkolk. Long ball up to Tevens. Bumped from behind, couldn't get it to Hardy cleanly. And now it'll be Asbury setting up shop in the defensive end with McIntosh. Near side, Nessel Road. Quickly dishes it off to Gettings, but it goes off of her boot. And Landis, the freshman, to throw it in for TU. Near sideline in front of the end of the Asbury bench. Finds the cutting Hardy, heads it back towards the top of the box. Vanderkolk a couple steps behind the play there. But Dempsey does a good job to keep that ball from going across midfield. But her big redirect sails out of play. It'll be the last touch by Taylor, and so Asbury has another throw-in. Still in search of their first shot as they trail 1-0. Deidre Long will come at the next opportunity. Should be the first sub for either side. Oh, we have given a Taylor student a bullhorn, and that's dangerous. Stevens also dangerous, crossing it back up top. Courtney had to come back and get it. Wide open space, Nashala lets it go from deep, and Nashala gets her first multi-goal game of her career. Less than 15 minutes in, and whatever that young woman was ready to say on the bullhorn is dwarfed by the sound of the cheers of the Taylor fans down below us. Not a bad debut for Claire Nashala. So Stevens gets the assist. She had 3 last year. She was named an honorable mention Crossroads League selection. Long in, and Janelle Savimolstein exits. And the wave going down below us like it's 1984. Everybody needs a breather on this hot day, including those leading the chance and trying to do the wave. Taylor up 2-0. Asbury is yet to take a shot, almost just over 15 minutes in. Here to half number 1. Long. Nashala back. She scored 2 today, 1 on a redirect that she cut the pass down. This one from long range as she played it from the near side towards the far side post. Big bounce over the small Stevens' head. Hardy trying to keep it forward. It's deflected back, and 2's got it at her feet for Taylor. 2 circles, and back to Massey. Massey along with Dempsey, the 2 co-captains for the Trojans here in 2021. Big bounce away from Nashala. That allows Delaney Long to get there. She turns and fires this one out of play near sideline. Taylor throw-in upcoming. This one played in deep. Kortenhoven going for a jog, and this one screamed out of play by the defense of Asbury, number 13, Iggy McIntosh. So the freshman Landis will throw it in from Taylor's deep in their attacking third. And look at that missile throw from Landis. Flung that thing all the way into the box. Headed away by Asbury in the open space. 2 trying to get there in time. She's able to touch it off to Landis, and Taylor holds the possession. All the way back to midfield as Massey Riley will play it and curl it all the way far side. This one played nicely by Vanderkolk. To the middle, and Stevens as Vanderkolk taken down hard, and she'll pop back to her feet. Hardy, a nice little touchdown to 2 in the middle of the field with plenty of options both left and right. She goes right side to Hardy, poked away from her by Ashley Miller. Miller, a long ball through. Good read from Claire Massey to cut that one down. Nashala has it taken away momentarily as more and more students continue to fill up the bleachers down here on the first Saturday with students back here for the academic year. A beautiful Saturday, even though it's hot. As Taylor has dominated the first almost 8 or 28 minutes of play. They lead 2-0 on 2 goals from Claire Nashala. And Dempsey will go up to 2 here as Taylor takes it away in the defensive end. 2 slips it through nicely to Stevens. Trying to find Kortenhoven. She had to check up so she didn't end up offside. Kortenhoven running to the end line, left side of the box, crossing with a left foot, and coming out off of her line to smother it up is the keeper, Alvis. For Asbury. But then the Eagles play it out of play. They have struggled to take the ball with the ball at their feet across midfield and set up any scoring opportunities today. Throw in here, gets away from Stevens, and it's the property of Alvis as she snags that ball with the gloved hands. Ball bounces free on the goal kick, and 2 lays it back to Dempsey. Just outside midfield, long pass about 20 yards to Kortenhoven. Nashala, give and go with Kortenhoven near side. She's got to turn on the Jets to beat the ball to the end line. She won't have enough time. As the pass too hard, and before the goal kick for Asbury, we have got a substitution coming in for the Eagles. It's Olivia Ruckregal. Regal, excuse me. She replaces the elder stateswoman Delaney Long. Ball pinballs around, finds Hardy. Vanderkolk cutting right side, passes behind her. She's able to get her heels on it inside the box right side. Turns in, fires up top, off the crossbar and in! And it's 3-0 Taylor as the newly married Allie Vanderkolk gets her first goal with her new last name.
Goal of the season, the third today for the Trojans. Number 24, Allie Vanderkolk, assisted by number 9, AC.
As AC Hardy gets the assist, she had 3 goals and a helper last year. Vanderkolk had 2 goals and an assist last season. So it's 3-0 Taylor. They've scored on 3 of the 5 shots they've taken so far. All 3 shots on goal have found the back of the net against Asbury. So the Eagles struggling to replace their starting goalkeeper here. Going to nutmeg here for Stevens between the defender's feet. Crossing left foot, bouncing backside. Good defense there by Sparks to keep the ball away. Kortenhoven almost deflected one in from the left edge of the penalty area. As Landis comes in, jumps and heads it forward. Dempsey at the middle, hips this one down. To the near sideline, pokes it back, taken away from her by Regal. Hill back to Regal near side. Dempsey there in front. Regal crosses and it goes out across the end line. Goal kick for Brackenbury. A few times here in the opening half that we've seen Asbury take the ball with possession across midfield. It looks like we're going to have take 2 with the wave down below us. Oh, much better wave this time, kids. There was a unsuspecting student walking down on the bottom here. Almost got trucked. This is a pretty lively atmosphere for 91 degrees of an air temperature. Center circle, Nishala. Big left foot, Kortenhoven onside and trying to get that extra step. Little hesitation, try to play it back to Hardy, but hey, Asbury got a piece. That was Lisa Nesselrode. It was a good-looking try as Kortenhoven tried to lay it on back to Hardy. As 3 subs ready to come in here for the Trojans. 2 with new numbers, Emma Goebel and Chloe Senna. And Sophie Snyder to come in as well. Taylor football players down there leading the Let's Go Taylor chant. The 2 teams, both the women's soccer team and the football team, had a matching of skills the other day with the football team in the middle of training camp. It was a penalty kick shootout between the football team and the women's soccer team. You guessed it, the women's soccer team came out on top, but it's been a lot of fun to see how new Taylor football head coach Aaron Mingo is getting the football players incorporated here, not just with the fellow athletes, but also with the entire student body as well. The football players were spent 2 hours yesterday helping the freshmen move in, moving all the refrigerators and books and knickknacks and all that good stuff. They had a little penalty kick shootout a couple days ago, and it was right at the beginning of practice. Talking with Tyler Watson, one of the starting corners for the Trojans, said we came out to practice and the goals were out. The women's soccer team was here, and it was a surprise to the football guys, but it was a lot of fun, and they've paid that back being here in force this afternoon. And you know the women's soccer team will be back here in force when their schedule allows. Obviously, both teams playing on Saturdays can make things a little bit difficult when you're a couple hours away, depending on where your road game is that afternoon. The other fun thing is the entire football coaching staff has moved from the field house that you can see to the left when we pan to the left for the goal on that left-hand side. So we get the first water break here the first half. We'll pick up that thought with the Taylor football team and the football coaches after the water break. 22:04 left to go first half. Taylor on top 3-0 over Asbury. Back here out of the water break, 3-0 Taylor lead. Asbury still in search of their first shot here today. 3 subs come in for the Trojans. Senna, Snyder, and Goebel replacing Vanderkolk, Hardy, and Kortenhoven. Here's the aforementioned Senna. Up to Snyder, trying to get that inside edge, trying to turn the corners. It's poked away by Ashley Miller. And Taylor continues to ramp up the pressure here today as Lauren Collins, the second freshman to make her debut today, comes in to replace Nishala, who scored the first 2 goals of the afternoon for the home team. And Nishala, a big hug from Caroline Monberg and also head coach Scott Stan. Goebel just muscling her way through. The ball bounces all the way to the far side. Snyder will hustle after it. It was last touched by the Trojans. It's an Asbury throw, but not before we get Virginia Creech to make her first appearance of this year, along with number 10, Anna McNulty. Look at the pressure there from Snyder. Throws her foot into it. And that one screams off of her shins and goes out of play. Sets up the goal kick for Carly Alvis. Taylor 7-5-1 a year ago, just 4-4 in Crossroads League play, trying to get back to the national tournament after a year absence. Collins throws her body in there. Her classmate Landis comes in, and now look at Collins, shot out of a cannon, runs through the challenge. And a foul called here. No. Ball goes out off of the Trojans, but look at the speed from Collins. Stevens trying to box a defender out. Fakes to the middle and comes to the near side. Nice pass to Senna. But he got caught between her feet, but then Senna pops out of the scrum with it. Poked away by Miller. Up the near side to Creech. As Asbury trying to get out of their defensive end, but Taylor holding it in at the midline. Here's Collins. Stevens dumping into space near side, and Senna. Senna looking to cross, dribbling with her right foot up the near side, hits the brakes, goes back to her left. Pushed off the ball by McNulty. Then Senna shoves McNulty down from behind. And that's our first foul of the afternoon against either team. Look at the first foul against Taylor, second one of our match so far. But it is a rowdy, lively Saturday afternoon crowd at a steamy Turner Stadium. Goebel thinks about cooking it up from distance. It'll be snagged off the turf by Alvis, the keeper. And the goal kick will be curled out of play by Asbury, and Claire Nishala will have the throw in on the far side of the field. Too far side. Plays it between the defender's legs, but it got caught up. Still stays in play in that far corner. Boxing her out is McIntosh. And a good job by Snyder to play it off of McIntosh's lower body. See Massey throws into 2, trying to throw the quick shot, and it'll sail out of play wide. Alvis on the ground. Pack couldn't keep it away from Snyder. Takes it off of her toe. Right side 2 as she surveys the area in front. Stops and looks back to the middle to Snyder, who lost her footing. Taken down by Miller. And that's taken away from her by C. Massey. To the middle. Collins steps in front. Still loose spinning. And it's cleared away by McNulty of Asbury before Stevens could have let her go with the right foot. Third corner of the afternoon. With 16:34 in ticking here in the first half. 3-0 the Taylor lead. 2 goals from Nishala and then 1 from Vanderkolk. See Massey to take this corner from the far side. Right foot in and out swinger. Riley Massey finds, heads it in, but right to the mitts of the keeper Alvis for her first save. First shot on goal today by the Trojans that has not found the back of the net. Landis to throw it in near side. Into the box, 2 over Snyder's head. She spins, but it bounces right in to the mitts of Alvis. Big punt. And out to the far sideline and out of play. Each time Asbury gets a stop, they've been unable to really build any strong offensive opportunities. Still looking for their first shot here of the contest. And this one goes out of play. Stevens applies pressure, almost took it away from Virginia Creech. McIntosh almost lost it. She gets it back. And now Massey to Massey, and then back to Massey. Claire to Riley, then back to Claire. Midline Goebel. 2. Little touch back to Stevens. Snakes it away. Snyder will boogie her way around 1 defender. And up to 2, who's whistled for the offside by about a step. Dempsey trying to clear. She sends it skyward. Hard bounce off the turf. Snyder and C. Massey there, but it bounces away. And they'll say last touched by Asbury, and so Taylor will get the throw in with Olivia Parsons ready to check in for the Eagles the next opportunity. The 3 Taylor goals almost scored almost exactly 5 minutes apart, the 9th minute, the 15th minute, and the 20th minute of today's contest. Stevens, a touch to the middle, and the freshman Collins. Long pass near side to Senna. Senna looks in front, runs to her right towards the middle of the field. Senna tries one, and she'll skip it in, and it's smothered up by Alvis for her second stop of the day. 5 shots on goal, the last 2 being stopped by the keeper Alvis. It's a 3-0 Taylor lead in the opening match of the season for both they and Asbury. Two takes the pass, and a beautiful play to the cutting Collins. Collins, the defense converging near side to Senna, just outside the box, hits an after gear, trying to cross left side, and she couldn't get it before it rolled across the end line. A slight hesitation from Senna after good pressure, it looked like, by Ashley Miller. As Caroline Monberg, along with Lauren Senna, come in to replace Landis in 2. Absher exits for Asbury, replaced by Parsons. That play from Senna just about a step away, and good tip your cap there to the defense of Ashley Miller. She was just there enough to not allow Senna either to rip that one on the run. She made her keep dribbling in towards the end line and just ran out of room. See Massey from way downtown, bang! 11:48 to go in the first half, And younger sister Claire Massey takes a page out of big sis Riley's book and connects from way outside on an absolute missile. And that might be the first goal of Claire Massey's career. I don't remember her getting one a year ago, but that bad boy was long and had some pace, and she played it from the far side all the way up to the near side corner. And it's 4-0 Trojans here in the first half, as they have made an emphatic statement here in the opening match of the season that still has 11:25 left to go in it. Monberg takes this one away to the near side, and Senna. Send it to Tevens, right back to Senna. She circles and catches it before it goes to the end line. Plenty of room to work, crossing with the right foot in. This gets caught on the hands and collected away by Ashley Miller. But out of bounds in front of that Asbury bench, and so Senna will throw it in. Senna to Senna. Over Senna's head, race to the end line. Will dump it away, rolling, and off of Senna's right foot. And it's an Asbury goal kick. All Trojans here so far. 9 shots, 6 on goal, and 4 of them have found the back of the net. First multi-goal game of Claire Nishala's career. She scores the first 2. Then Allie Vanderkolk gets her first goal as a Vanderkolk. Tevens wants to make it 5 in the first half, but Alvis smothers this one up as she dives to her right. And then Claire Massey scores from the outer edges of Grant County to make it 4-0 Taylor. Less than 10 to go in front of a rowdy, packed house today in Turner Stadium. The folks have taken a break from moving the upperclassmen into the dorms to come out and cheer on the offensive powerhouse that is the Taylor women's soccer team. Collins wants to poke it away from McIntosh. Able to regroup and work to the middle, and Ashley Miller. Miller to Sparks. Drives away from trouble, but out of play on the far sideline. So Claire Massey will throw it in for the Trojans. She scored the 4th of the 4 goals here in the opening half. Ball near side. Dempsey trying to force her way through. Couldn't get there. Senna right there. Pokes it away nicely. And now Senna off to the races on the near side. She has Tevens in the middle. Finds her. Couldn't spin away from pressure. Oh, look at Monberg weaves her way through traffic to the far side. Snyder slides. And Alvis gets there just a hair early. But Alvis might have taken the worst of it as Snyder slides in, and they both collided right when the ball was directly between the two of them. And time will stop with 8:46 to go as the keeper, Carly Alvis, slow to get back to her feet. New keeper in for Asbury is number 88, Malia Crump. She replaces the starter Alvis, who was able to be helped off of the field. Did walk off with a little bit of pressure on what looked to be that left leg. A couple other subs in as well. Cora Pack and Millie Moore in for Asbury. 8:22 to go first half. Taylor out in front 4-0. Taylor shooting on the goal to our left. Collins plays it behind Monberg and too far in front for Snyder. Out across the end line, and we'll get to see the leg of Crump here for the first time on the goal kick. Tough break there for Alvis as she slid onto the ball, but right as she got to the ball was the same time that Snyder got there. And it was Alvis who got the worst of the wear between the two. But good to see her put a little bit of pressure. She was able to be helped off the field, was able to put some pressure and walk without having to have one of her legs held into the air or anything else that would dictate a really serious injury. We hope the best for Alvis, excuse me. Ball bashed across midfield by the backup keeper Crump. Dempsey takes the loose ball and plays it up, trying to find Collins. Jitterbugs are way near side to Senna. And then Goebel, big looper far side. Snyder comes all the way back from the offensive end, able to keep the ball in Taylor's favor. Long pass from Asbury. They poke it forward, and now they've got something working. Pack has it taken away. Riley Massey to younger sister Claire, who scored from 31 yards out to give Taylor the 4-zip lead. Still no shots on the day for Asbury. The Trojans have taken 10, 7 on goal, and 4 have found the net. Dempsey with pressure behind, pirouettes away, and lays it off near side to Senna. Senna too far for Monberg. And Creech is there, and she'll play it back to her keeper, Crump. Moore runs into Monberg. That one out of play. Send into space that Tevens is able to fill. Tevens near the end line, spins to the right shoulder, cuts it off before the ball rolls across the end line. Near side to Senna. Senna trying to spin away, good pressure there, and it's taken off of her feet by Cora Pack. Into the middle. Crump almost had to go off of her knee and in. 5.5 minutes left. Asbury trying to create some offensive magic here against a stout Taylor Trojans club that's up 4-0. Riley Massey has it taken away. Dempsey falls back in. Massey trying to come back and help. Pass into space. Massey cuts off the intended target, Hannah Pack. And it rolls out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for Hannah Brackenbury. One of the few times we've called Brack's name here in this opening half. She's had no shots to deal with. And she's been pretty much a spectator for the majority of this first half. She did see some action her way and had to clear a couple balls away and have a couple goal kicks, but outside of that, she has had one of the better seats in the house for this scoring barrage from the Trojans in the first half. Senna at midfield. Left foot's into space to save it from going out of play. And Asbury will let it roll into the hands of the backup keeper, Crump. They're still taking a look at the starter, Carly Alvis, in the medical tent. Senna. Pass wanted Monberg, and it found the feet of the defender instead. microphone to a little guy down there. Another. Goebel tries to slalom her way through. Collins picks up the loose change. Knocked down by Snyder's arm, and the handball will set up the free kick for Asbury with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. They trail 4-0. Taylor with 11 shots and 8 on goal. No shots at all here for Asbury so far. Massey collides with Sparks. McIntosh to the center circle. Quickly off the feet, and now Dempsey brings it up near side. Dempsey to Monberg. Left side, Stevens. Collins has to come back on side. They lay it back to Goebel, playing with a brace on her right knee. Right side and Sophie Snyder with Taylor attacking the goal to our left. They've put 4 in already today. Goebel sweeps to the top of the box and Stevens. Nice understep to her left, lost her footing, got it back. Shot is blocked off the back of the calves of Iggy McIntosh. Senna almost able to help keep the ball in, just rolled underneath her. Then she gets her back heel on the pass to the middle attempted by Cora Pack. And the Trojans set up shop in the defensive end once again. Dempsey to Monberg, down near side Senna. And off to Dempsey once again. Stevens trying to get the back heel flick, but right there was the defense of Asbury. Parsons' pass knocked down by the Taylor defense as we had a minute left to go here in the first. Collins. Through ball, Snyder, who won the distance running test for the Trojans during preseason camp, could not hustle after this one. Too far for her. And Asbury will try to set up one last push here at the end of the first half. Although they find themselves trailing 4-0. .15 seconds left in the first half. And that'll be just about it as the Trojans dominate the first 45 minutes. And now Goebel with a late takeaway here. It's a Monberg with 3 and 2. And that'll be it for the first half of play. After 45 minutes, it's the Trojans of Taylor 4 and the Eagles of Asbury nothing here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Back here at Turner Stadium, still a little hot, but is a 4-0 Taylor lead after 45 minutes of action. Both teams went inside to the cool air conditioning of the Kessler Student Activity Center, and then back out to the heat out here on planet Earth. 4-0 Taylor lead. They dominated the first half, 11 shots to none, including 8 shots on goal. And the backup keeper, Malia Crump, still in there for Asbury after the starter Carly Alvis got hurt in the first half. Shot here just over the back of the near side post as Taylor trying to connect with Ali Vanderkolk, who already has a goal today. In the middle to Nishala, who scored the first 2 tries for Taylor this afternoon. And C. Massey trying to hold it in. She scored the 4th goal from 31 yards out, going cross field from the far side to the near side on the goal to our left back in the first half. Stevens trying to dump it down to A.C. Hardy. Rolls into space, and Lindley, too, will dump it over to Nishala. She turns and heads towards the far side of the field. Back to Dempsey one of the center backs for the Trojans. Far side Landis. Tevens. Back to Dempsey. Little juke move to get around the defender. Nishala back up to Dempsey, top of the box. Dempsey lets her go. Diving stop from Crump. Vanderkolk shoots, and Crump stops it again, but she can't cover it up. And Vanderkolk scores her second goal of the afternoon. Or was it waved off? It looks to be waved off. So no goal for Vanderkolk. Must have been a goalie interference, or she might have kicked the ball out of the hands of Crump. And now is Vanderkolk back again, right side of the box. Tried to split two defenders, could not. Tries to come back to get the ball. And it's sent away by the Asbury back line of Ashley Miller. Second save for Crump. R. Massey to 2, down near side to C. Massey. Good defense from behind by Maddie Bayline. Came in and took it away from Hardy from behind. Then Asbury kicks this one out of play near sideline. We talked about it a lot in the first half, but a rowdy and spirited and packed bunch here on the steamy steps of Turner Stadium here this afternoon to support the Taylor women's soccer team in their first match of 2021. 2 trying to break free at the top of the box. Spins over the right shoulder, back to Nishala. All the way back to Dempsey. She'll left foot volley one in, wide of the near side post. Vanderkolk trying to hold it in, but it bounces across the end line. And it's a goal kick upcoming for the Eagles of Asbury. Delaney Long runs into Lindley 2, stays with Asbury for a moment. Nishala heads it down and right off to Hardy. Running after it, Vanderkolk, and she's just a couple steps too late. And the goal kick upcoming once again for Asbury. Just about 4 minutes into the second half. It's been all Taylor today, scored in the 9th, 15th, 20th, and 34th minute here this afternoon from Turner Stadium. And Brackenbury has been slightly used here today. Has faced no shots on the afternoon from Asbury, as the Eagles have struggled to get the ball across midfield and set up quality scoring opportunities. Absher the center circle. Riley Massey waits for her. Too big of a dribble, and Massey pokes it away right up to AC Hardy. Hardy dribbling, looking for help. Into the cutting Kortenhoven, curled away from her too far. A beautiful ball off the foot from Hardy. Had just a hair too much pace. And it curled away from the senior Kortenhoven. But now the ball turned over right back to Hardy in the middle of the field. Boxed down nicely by Bayline. Her pass too far. Claire Massey running step for step with Desiree DeShottle. But it's out and back to Taylor off the throw. Center circle Dempsey. Far side of the freshman Landis starting her first career match. Good through ball to the cutting Kortenhoven. One touch, backside, curls over Vanderkolk's head. Coming in to fill is Hardy. Wanted to back heel flick it on. It's deflected out to the near side, and Vanderkolk on top. Tried to play it away, but Bayline came in and took it off the toe of Vanderkolk. See Massey to throw it in near sideline. This one deflected out of play. Back out again off the Asbury D. Shallow with a cheeky little touchdown to Vanderkolk. End line, C. Massey turns away from trouble, wraps a pass around to Vanderkolk, poked away from her. Allie trying to get in front. And the clearance is sent out of play by the Asbury defense. Quick throw in here, end line. Big bounce, Claudio wants to play it to the middle. Tevens trying to get there and cut it off. Does off the ricochet, back up top. Nishala tried to get her toe on it, could not. Hardy from deep, and she'll sky this one up and over the goal frame. Kortenhoven all the way to the near side, and Vanderkolk. Quick touchdown to Hardy. Took a big ricochet off the boot. As Asbury plays it away, but there's Riley Massey to hold it in inside midfield. Dempsey, Nishala punches it far side to Landis. And a long pass back. Massey sprints, and she'll let Brackenbury, the keeper, come out and play this one. Massey right foots one forward. Knocked down by Hardy, trying to shoulder her way through. Delaney Long comes away with it for Asbury. Bayline, long past the middle, and the only one home is Dempsey. And Dempsey smashes this one back up the center circle. Kortenhoven takes it away from behind. Nishala to Tevens. Wanted to play it around, but could not. Deflected. Nishala trying to keep pressing forward. Landis knocks this one down. Up the far side to Kortenhoven, who's onside. Had to wait for it to roll to her. That allowed the defense to get back in, but they will say that Kortenhoven was offside by a step. Second offside against Taylor here this afternoon. Absher tries to shake away from two. Long. Good stutter step to break away from two for the time being. In the middle to Absher. Dribbling and dishing near side. Two to Schottel. Back to the middle. Popped high in the air by Gettings. Then C. Massey drives it away from trouble. Nice little touchdown from Tevens. Hardy sees Vanderkolk pointing forward where she's running. Play to the middle. Kortenhoven onside. Trying to touch it through. Could not, as it's poked away by the knee of Nesselrode. Good job by Asbury to recover when it looked like Kortenhoven might have a free run right up the middle, right towards the top of the 18. Long, a bouncer to the near side, and to Schottel. Schottel sweeps it back. Long able to turn and have an easy pass to the middle where she connects with Bayline. This one through everyone. Miscommunication as no one was running to the middle. And that's easy work for Brackenbury, and she'll knock it back into play. Massey. Hardy knocks it down. It's played back to her. To the middle of the field it goes. One into Nishala. Then Claire pokes it to the near side where it finds the feet of Ali Vanderkolk. Vanderkolk has Hardy running forward and plays it up to her. Hardy onside, turns and looks to the middle. Her cross is blocked, but it'll go across the end line and give Taylor their first corner of the second half and their fourth one here this afternoon. Kortenhoven has come close to a couple of goals today. She'll take the corner from the near side of the field. A low outswinger. Knocked down to the 18. Both Vanderkolk and two are right there. Asbury can't clear. Landis pokes it in, and then Asbury flicks it away. Dempsey back up the middle, through the legs. Couldn't roll all the way to Vanderkolk. Pinballs around, and now Kortenhoven wanted to turn and dump it down to Nishala. But Asbury had other ideas, and they forced that one away from the attacking third. Delaney Long sprints up the middle. Long pass to the near side. Brackenbury comes out, and she'll kick that one away from trouble. Hardy bumped off the ball, out of play quickly, and she'll fling it into space and let Vanderkolk go run after it. Dumped down by Miller, and Taylor will reset farther up the near sideline as they shoot on the goal to our right. Throw into Vanderkolk, right edge of the box at the top. To her buddy Kortenhoven, back to Nishala, just a hair too late. But Landis, able to hold it in. Little back heel flick, Kortenhoven right there, tries to get away from the pressure of Nesselrod. It's Nesselrod with the possession, but then Asbury kicks it right out of bounds, and Taylor sets up for another throw-in. Landis shields her eyes from the sun. Throws it into the 18. Tevens almost let it bounce away. It went off of Hume to the end line and cleared away. This one will definitely be off of Asbury. Bouncing back up top. Here's two with the flick, and she'll push this one high and wide. First shot of the afternoon, or second one for Lindley, too. Two new players in for Taylor. We did not see them in the first half. Junior Alana Rakes and freshman Sarah Mullins. They replace Tevens and Hardy as Tevens gets her first break of the afternoon. Almost 32 minutes left to go here in the second half. Taylor in the driver's seat from the opening kickoff. They scored 9 minutes in and have not looked back since. That was the first of two Nishala goals as she put home 1 and 2 on the day. Then 3 and 4. Massey trying to get her second, and she does as she sends it in from the near side. Back-to-back goals for Claire Massey. The first two goals of her career, and it's 5-0 Taylor.
Taylor goal number 10, Claire Massey, her second of the game.
So the second one for Massey. Looked like she was trying to cross and then went off the fingertips of Crump and into the back of the net as Crump, the backup keeper, got a piece of it. Just couldn't slap it all the way from the goal mouth, and it drops in for Taylor's 5th goal today. This one much closer than the first one from Massey. That was 31 yards away. This one much closer to the frame. Mullins with pressure from the senior Long. Out off of Taylor, and Asbury has the throw in front of their own bench down to our left. Mullins, right on the Trojan Head logo at midfield. Nishala up the left side to Kortenhoven. Left-footed cross to the middle. Nobody home except the keeper Crump. Big boot from Crump. That one sails 5 yards over midfield. Good to see Rakes back out there. Got dinged up a little bit in practice a few days ago. Not sure if she was going to play this afternoon, but able to pass all the tests, and she's back out here. Nishala with a nice takeaway off the toe. Angles to the near side, looking for help. Her pass in the middle kicked away, but Claire Massey comes up to help her out. Turnover back on the other side of midfield. It's Caroline Absher from Asbury trying to run away from Dempsey up the right side and looks for help. Asbury still looking for their first shot. Centering ball here. Brackenberry comes off the line and scoops it up clean. Brackenberry throws it out near side, wanting to find Mullins, but is intercepted by Long. Two now gets her way in front of this one, trying to get the ball back for Taylor. Nice play by Mullins to force her way through in her first college action. Center circle Rakes. Has Kortenhoven to her left, wants to veer to the right. Rakes looking for help, and she'll play it forward to Vanderkolk on the right point of the box. Back to Rakes, moves to her right. Little stutter step, fires from deep, trying to curl it in, and that one rattles off the outside of the net. Good little move and a good little rip. Claire Massey exits. She's replaced by Emma Shoemaker. As C. Massey gets a rousing ovation from both the fans and her teammates on the bench. Drumline is back down below us. They had to go get a little water break inside. R. Massey punching it to the near side. And out of play this one goes. Asbury thrown in front of the Taylor bench, down to our right. Landis lets Brackenberry go out and take a go at this one. She'll punch it forward up to Landis. 28-15 remaining second half. 5-0 Taylor lead. Court over with a lot of space to operate. Left side of the field. Taylor shoots on the goal to our right. Crossing with the left foot. Deflected right down. Trying to get a shot on. It's up and it's stopped on the first college shot by Sarah Mullins. And the third save for Crump today. Shala with the drums rumbling down below us. Here comes Shoemaker, who can really scoot. Shoemaker up the wing, back to Vanderkolk. Runs through a challenge, then driven away by the Asbury defense. Massey up the near side, just inside midfield. Shoemaker to 2. And Dempsey to the far side and Landis. Landis just outside the 18. Swings it left side. Kortenoven, big left foot backside. There's Vanderkolk, but the offside flag was in the air. Third offside by Taylor today. They have outshot Asbury 13-0. And they lead 5-0 on an impressive first match of the season for the Trojans. Good read from Mullins. Takes the back away for Taylor. Vanderkolk dumps it down to her near side. Mullins jabbing twice and then dishes off to Vanderkolk. Now Shoemaker on the near side. Her pass cut down. Asbury unable to clear. They send it right to 2 of Taylor. Rakes back to 2, middle of the field. Too far for her and sent away by the Asbury Eagle defense. Near side Mullins trying to run through the tackle of Bayline, who pokes it away for Asbury. Riley Massey just inside midfield. Shala back to the defensive end. Dempsey, the only one home for Taylor. She's got about 5 to 10 yards between the nearest defender. Nashala, Dempsey a little push forward. Rakes, spins away almost completely from trouble. Pressure comes from behind. And we'll send it away. 2 with a good poke away, and now Asbury's got to set up shop in the defensive end. And 3 more freshmen come in, are about to check in for their first time. It'll be Emma Carroll, Audrey Grimm, and Sydney Thompson. 2 subs down there as well for Asbury, Deidre Long and Elizabeth Sparks. Another long ball up the far side. This time it's Landis going for a run. Foot race to the end line. And Landis cannot beat the defender there. Good defensive positioning by Asbury. And here come the subs for both sides. It's the first college action for the three freshmen. Vanderkolk, Kortenhoven, and Nishala all exit. Delaney Long out for Asbury, along with Lisa Nesselrode, excuse me. Less than 24 minutes remaining here in half number 2. It's been all Taylor this afternoon, as the Trojans lead 5-0 and have outshot Asbury 13-0. Make it 18-0, excuse me. Shoemaker quickly up to the speedy Thompson. Thompson looks for help, tries her classmate Sarah Mullins. Pass a little bit too far in front, good cutoff by Bayline. She and Mullins fighting to the end line. Mullins thought it went off of Bayline, which would have been a corner kick. Instead, it'll be the goal kick here for Asbury, not before Olivia Parsons comes in. Here we go. Those football guys down in the first and second row have been lively all afternoon and have brought a lot of nice juice on a hot Turner Stadium afternoon, as the women's soccer team has given them a lot to cheer about. Up 5-0 here in the second half. Corner kick near side. It'll be Alana Rakes to take it. Rakes with the right foot out swinger. Punched up, and Thompson almost squeezed it through on a no-angle play on the end line on the near side post. Massey flicks it back to the middle where Emma Carroll operates. Mullins trying to keep it in Taylor's favor. Shoemaker quickly passes up to her classmate in Carroll. Carroll looked to her left, now comes back to the near side. She'll find Mullins about 15 yards in front. Wanted to slip it through to Rakes, could not, as Asbury pokes it away. Shoemaker to the middle, and Carroll, who's all by her lonesome. Big couple touches. Nice pass to the middle. Carroll trying to find her teammate. Wide open lefty shot to the top shelf for Audrey Grimm. The freshman connects. Carroll to Grimm. And it's 6-0 Trojans as the two freshmen connect in their college debut. That one comes in the 71st minute, our third different goal score today. And that brings us to a water break here with 20:46 left to go here in half number 2. Taylor out front 6-0. Taylor Athletics trying to put together a 2-0 Saturday afternoon after the volleyball team victorious in 3 against Bluefield College, 25-17, 25-18, and 25-19. To finish the Amber McClure Fairweather Memorial Tournament 3-0 after picking up 2 wins yesterday against Concordia and St. Francis of Illinois. The Trojans of Taylor are now 6-1 on the regular season. They start league play coming up, I believe, this Wednesday at Grace. They're not back at home for a little bit. Taylor women's soccer back here next Saturday to start off the month of September against St. Xavier and former assistant coach Alyssa Krause. Here it's 6-0 Trojans. 2 goals from Nishala, a goal from Vanderkolk, 2 from Claire Massey, and 1 from the freshman Audrey Grimm. So the 4th different goal scorer today for TU. First multi-goal game of Nishala's career, first 2 goals of C. Massey's career. And the first one for Grimm, obviously a freshman, and the first one for Vanderkolk as a Vanderkolk. Maiden name Claudio, got married to Taylor men's soccer player Clay Vanderkolk this summer in a lovely ceremony where the groom wore a gray suit with fantastic white Vans. I do not believe the Mrs. Vanderkolk went with the Vans. But then again, it's your day. When you're the bride and it's the wedding day, you can do whatever you want, and no one can tell you no. Foul here against the Trojans, just their 3rd one of the afternoon. And Asbury, no shots on the day. Taylor with 20 of them. Two to the near side, and Thompson. Big ball to the middle. Rake's trying to leg it out. Gets there in time. Poked away, though. So got there actually a step late. Thought she was going to get there in time, but cutting underneath was Creech. Thompson trying to poke it away. Two, up to Rakes. Rakes tries to dance away, curls one in. There's Thompson, right edge, centers it to the middle. Left-footed shot, just checks up and rolls away from Emma Carroll. Olivia Ruckregow and Kennedy Pritchett in here for Asbury, replacing Caroline Absher and Ashley Miller. Massey runs away from trouble, back to the keeper, Hannah Brackenbury. Carroll pokes it up to Grimm. Wanted Grimm. Too far for her. And now Grimm able to pop it away. Carroll trying to hold it in close to the attacking 18 for TU. Mullins wants Grimm. Grimm comes to the near side. Thompson cuts in, has space. Took a big bounce away. Thompson slides and pushes this one wide of the near side post as she tried to swim move around the defender. Chloe Senna returns, so along with Sophie Snyder, and Kayla Ogburn will make her collegiate debut. Rakes, Thompson, and Grimm all exit. Hannah Pack in for Asbury. As Grimm gets big congratulations from her teammates after scoring her first collegiate goal. Good news from Asbury. We see Carly Alvis sitting on the bench with her teammates. Again, we hope the best for Alvis. Got hurt with a lower body injury back in the first half after colliding with Sophie Snyder. Bouncing pass near side, Hannah Pack shoved off the path by Shoemaker. Curls it up to Mullins with Deidre Long round her back, and Long whistled for the foul. About a quarter hour left to go here in regulation time. Taylor out in front 6-0. Massey a skip and a swing. One bounce as Snyder lets it go over her head for the time being. Got a toe on it near side to Ogburn. Ogburn into Carroll. Rotates away in between both Two and Mullins, and Two able to get there in time, and it goes back to Carroll. Snyder's pass too short to make it to Shoemaker cleanly. And Snyder with an aggressive tackle sends Hannah Pack down to the turf. And Pack slow to get back up. Looked to be just a hard spill, but now she does come up holding that left shoulder a little bit. Good to see her back on her feet. And good respect shown by the Taylor students. They're ready to cheer the hard challenge by Snyder, but once they saw that Pack was slow to get back up, they immediately got quiet. And let's get her a nice ovation to get back to her feet. Pass off the heel of Snyder. Asbury will throw it in on the near sideline. Into the aforementioned H-Pack. Massey takes this one away, finds Two, but then off to Shoemaker near sideline. Carroll looks for help. And she'll find the outlet in arm Massey. To Dempsey in the middle, pressure comes, and Dempsey gets it away and all the way up to Ogburn on the attacking side. Ogburn tied up, dumps it back to Two, as Ogburn's left foot came out of her boot. Mullins angles, points where she wants Snyder to cut. Plays it in. Snyder with an extra gear inside the right side of the 18. Back to her left foot. Sets up a wide open shot that she'll push wide by about 10 yards. Snyder had the whole goal to shoot at, but just left that foot angled out a little bit. And she pushed it wide all the way to the far sideline, and it ends up as an Asbury throw-in. Landis, the freshman who made the start this afternoon, heaves it in to her classmate Ogburn. Heading to the middle. Left footed rising shot. That one just misses the post from Sarah Mullins. Two has to deflect off here, and here's a long ball in, but Brackenbury comes to clean it up. Genevieve Hill got behind the back line. Good job by Brackenbury to read it, sprint out, and eliminate a one-on-one opportunity with her and the sprinting Genevieve Hill as Taylor tries to keep the clean sheet intact with less than 11 and a half minutes remaining in the second half, ahead by 6. Shoemaker wheels up the near side. Options to the left and right, deals to the right and Snyder. Comes back to her left foot. Directing in where she wants Ogburn to go, goes up top to Mullins. Fakes the pass in, wants a shot, bounces in, read nicely and covered up by Crump. More subs make their way to midfield for the Trojans. 2 more debuts coming for freshmen. Pass in behind. Sophie Snyder almost able to get in clean. Bumped away by Kennedy Pritchett. This one in. Ogburn. And it rolls out of play. Good challenge by Crump. Everybody gets back up and back to their feet. Here come the subs. Caroline Monberg in for the first time in the second half. And Mariah Dunham and Maddie Holder make their collegiate debuts. With 2 in Carroll, exiting along with Rachel Landis. Olivia Parsons out for Asbury. As Maya Thomas has come in for the Eagles for the final 9 minutes and 50 seconds here from a hot Turner Stadium. Football players cheering on Taylor head coach Scott Stan, and he gives them an appreciative wave. Cross just missed there for Taylor. And it's a corner for Taylor from the far side. It'll be their 5th corner of the afternoon. What a fun Saturday. All thanks to the folks down in the bleachers below us. A ton of students here. This provided an electric atmosphere today, and the Taylor women's soccer team has repaid that back in spades. Kicked away here by the Trojans. Asbury throw in far sideline as we approach 8:40 to go. Cora Pack in along with Allie Lowell. First time we've seen Lowell this afternoon. Olivia Ruckregal checks out along with Deidre Long. Armassi pokes it away. Now Taylor picks it back up in midfield with Sarah Mullins. Left side Holder. Plays it in deep. Sprints after it is Senna. Looks to cross from the end line. Plays between the defender's legs. Played it a little bit hair too hard. As Creech able to pick up the ball inside the box before Senna could make any more work with it. Left edge of the box. Taylor dribbles in out front. It will just creep over the top of the crossbar after a try from Snyder after the cross by Monberg. A little dump down to Monberg in front. Moore and DeShottle in. Hannah Pack and Genevieve Hill out for Asbury. Crump curls this to the near side. DeShottle pokes it away before Snyder could take it away for Taylor. Asbury's been playing this game in their defensive half, it feels like, from the opening kickoff. As Taylor wins the ball back here a few yards inside midfield. Monberg, left side, wants Ogburn in the middle. Took a big bounce off the feet. Back near side, Snyder boxes out the defender, curling in near side. Long shot from distance and snagged by Crump on the Mullins try. Zellahorn brought to you by offensive lineman. The whole offensive line crew down there have been great today. Trey Wood down there providing us the horn accompaniment. football contingent down there. Have been leading the charges and the chants all afternoon. A lot of other student athletes around here, also just regular non-athlete students have made their way out here today. It's been a fantastic first home match of the year. Even though the heat has been turned up this afternoon, it is a still packed house here down in the bleachers today. Now it helps that everyone's sitting in the shade with the sun setting behind us. The Taylor women's soccer team has come out guns a-blazing today, 6-0 the lead. So we approach 5 minutes remaining in this one here from the bustling metropolis of Upland, Indiana. Ball goes off of Snyder's hands. Monberg steps in front of the pass in the center circle. Forward, Ogburn trying to box out and get a turn. Back to the feet of Monberg. Runs to the challenge in the center of the field. Looking for help to the left side and finds it in the form of Mariah Dunham. Monberg, give and go Dunham, back far side. Big second touch, so Dunham's got to chase it down to the far corner. Back up near the top of the 18, Monberg. Lays it back as Holder. Glides her way through. Asbury able to clear it away from trouble at the top of the box. Up the middle comes Cora Pack. Riley Massey steps in front. She, Dempsey, and Brackenbury, the only 3 starters to play the full allotment of minutes here right now. Snyder takes this one away, tries to get around Isabel Patterson. Could not get by her the first time. The second time, though, successful. Monberg pokes this one away. Ogburn with some room to work. As Sophie Snyder now up to Monberg. Back to the middle. Ogburn just a step too late from trying to put one on. Shoemaker backpedals and gets the ball off of her knee. Forward to Mullins. Up to Ogburn, just top of the box. Turns, faces the goal. Ogburn sets her feet, goes far post, and just misses by about a half a ball width. Ogburn had been boxing out and trying to get that turn for the last couple of touches. I was able to get that shot away there. Asbury unable to backheel that one in as the chimes ring out from the bell tower across campus. Snyder comes out of the scrum with this one. A little poke forward, center with some room to operate right edge of the box. But the offside flag in the air will bring the fun to a premature end. 4th offside against Taylor here this afternoon. But what an opening start here for the Taylor Trojans. They've outshot Asbury 29-0, 16 shots on goal, and 6 goals to show for them. Holder, the freshman in her debut. Almost everyone on the roster today has played. Another cross here, and this one snuffed away by Crump. So about a minute left to go in this one. Taylor setting up just outside the 18.
1 minute remaining.
Asbury clears it away. The Trojans will start 2021 1-0 after seeing their season come to a close on this field a year ago in the Crossroads League Tournament quarterfinals to Mount Vernon Nazarene as they get ready for another tough year in the very skilled Crossroads League. Some of the top teams in the country Spring Arbor, a two-time national champion. Marion, very strong as well. Obviously, they're a Final Four team and a national runner-up team. Indiana Wesleyan, very good as well. They've made deep runs in the national tournament the last couple of years. Then you throw in Grace and Mount Vernon Nazarene and this Taylor team. You got 6 national tournament quality teams in the Crossroads League, all vying for the top spot in the league standings. The Taylor offense humming along today with 10 seconds left and a 6-0 lead. Shot on, diving, stop, and a good job by Crump to keep the legs on it. And that will bring this one to a close. A 6-0 triumph for the Taylor women's soccer team. 4 different goal scorers. First 2 from Claire Nashala in the 9th minute and the 15th minute. And then Allie Vanderkolk adds her first goal of the year in the 20th minute. And then the next 2 in a row scored by Claire Massey. The one in the 34th minute from 31 yards out. Then she scored in the 60th minute, both unassisted. And the scoring concluded with the first collegiate goal of Audrey Grimm off the first collegiate assist from her freshman classmate Emma Carroll in the 71st minute. Final score today from Turner Stadium in front of a packed house here in Upland, Indiana, was Taylor 6 and Asbury 0. Taylor starts the year 1-0 here in 2021. This has been a presentation of Taylor Women's Soccer on the Trojan Sports Network. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast as much as you enjoyed bringing it to you. We'll talk to you next Saturday when Taylor Women's Soccer takes on St. Xavier right back here at Turner Stadium. Until then, have a good afternoon and a great rest of your weekend, everybody.